Welcome back, Trader Troops. So I'm here to bring you a quick update on Bitcoin, or what we like to call Dipcoin, as it takes yet again another dip. Currently about to go red on the day. It's actually 0.0. It's up. Oh, and it just went red. So Dipcoin has now gone red on the day. Let's talk about where I think it's going, where I think it's headed. I'm going to run you down through all my technicals. As always, make sure to smash up that like button and subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss another post, because I do post in real time, and it's very easy to miss the latest and greatest cryptocurrency technical analysis on the internet. So let's talk about Bitcoin that has now just gone back to green. Okay, let's go on the weekly time frame first. And what we're going to see is that we have RSI still below that 50 level, okay? Again, if you don't know, if we can't maintain above 50 on the RSI, then we are technically speaking in a downtrend. And since the last video we have posted on Bitcoin, we can see that RSI has done nothing other than continue its descent, which is not a good thing. We do not want to see an acceleration to the downside after breaking that midpoint, because that is a sign of a potential collapse. Now, I don't think Bitcoin is going to collapse, so everybody calm down. Don't leave the video. But I do have a very strong opinion, and I'm going to break it down for you in a second here. But for right now, weekly RSI looking a little bit bearish. We know, historically speaking, we do not really tend to bounce at the 50 level on the RSI. On the weekly time frame, we tend to dip just below it and then rally from there. So a point around 42 on the RSI, right around here, is probably what we should expect for the coming weeks, which does, technically speaking, mean that Bitcoin should go a little bit lower in price as well. Now let's drop down to a smaller time frame like the daily chart and break down the price action. What we're going to see is, first, let's check on RSI. We're going to see that RSI has not gone oversold just yet, which is actually a bearish thing as well. Okay, the reason for this is because we still have room to go lower, right? If we're not oversold, then technically speaking, we still have the potential to go oversold, and a very good one at that, because if we take a look at the history of the RSI on the daily time frame, we're going to see that we do tend to dip oversold almost every single time we begin to near that 30 level. So technically speaking, we should also be going lower on the RSI as well to go into that oversold state. Now, it's not all bad news until we get down into the smaller time frames. That's where the better news is. But as far as the daily time frame is concerned, we still also have some bad news. Okay, we saw that we had a massive red candle here yesterday, that massive dip there, followed by a small rally in the last 24 hours, but that rally has now been crushed, which is, of course, not a good sign. Now, there is a good sign in the fact that we had a massive move lower yesterday, and we really did not see much of a continuation today, right? We didn't just go straight lower today. We did see that rally, which is at least a sign that people are still willing to buy in this area, and it's not letting the sellers get their way just yet. If we drop down to the 1 hour time frame, and here's where I think things get a little bit interesting. Okay, if we drop down to the 1 hour time frame, in the last Bitcoin video, we said that we should see a bounce in this area between 48 and 47,000, and we did. And now the problem is that we rejected these previous highs to the left over here between 49,000 and right around 49,700. Okay, so 49,200 to 49,700. That is where we saw those previous highs come in and act as a level of resistance, and a very, very strong one at that. Okay, we saw price go right into that level of resistance, and we got a very quick rejection. This tells us that sellers are strong, and the continuation lower is probably going to be likely. Now, the only thing that I have to say about this is that there's not many places Bitcoin can go, because if we think about the levels of support that we currently have, they're the only levels of support until pretty much down here around 42,000. And 42,000 was a level that was only reached through, again, that massive liquidation event where a bunch of people got forced out of their positions. So that was not considered natural selling, right? That is not people selling Bitcoin because they don't believe in it. That is people selling Bitcoin because they were over leveraged. And so we can assume that $42,000 a coin is an unreasonable price. This is a price that could have only been reached through mass liquidations, and because mass liquidation has already occurred, we probably shouldn't expect a second mass liquidation anytime soon. So $42,000 a coin, technically speaking, in my opinion, should not be an area where we should be expecting Bitcoin to go lower to. Now, there's a problem with that, because we think Bitcoin will go lower as of right now. The sellers are definitely putting up a fight. So where are we going to go lower to? Well, the only next level of support for Bitcoin is going to be using the Fibonacci retracement tool. So what we do is we're just going to take a Fibonacci retracement from the low right around 41,900 to the current high right around 51,900. And then we get all of these Fibonacci retracements. Now, what I think is going to happen next is I do think that Bitcoin is going to have to go a little bit lower, but I don't think that we're going to go back to 42,000. So what other levels of support can we use other than the ones that we've already drawn out here? Well, we do still have the 50 to 61.8 Fibonacci retracement zone, which is a zone that almost all uptrends usually pull back into before their continuation. So in my opinion, if we do end up going lower here, I do think we're going to go between 46,000 and 45,000, this little zone right in here. And that really should hold. If it does not hold, then we have a major problem, because that means people are not really believing in Bitcoin at all. If they can bring price back down to $42,000 a coin, that wouldn't make much sense, right? That is not a number that we should be able to reach very easily. So in my opinion, I think Bitcoin should have some potential to bottom out in this general area here. I'm very bullish as it stands for right now. Not bullish in the sense that I think we're going to absolutely explode, but bullish in the sense that I think the time of us going lower is very limited in the future. Could consolidate in this area, we could go higher, but I don't necessarily think that we will see a collapse. I think the probability of that is very low. And so between 46,000 and 45,000, in my opinion, is a very strong area of support that we should be looking to be accumulating. Bitcoin, not financial advice, just what I personally will be doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smash up that like button and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon if you're new. Also, if you want to improve your trading and learn how I do everything that I do, check out the Measuring Markets program, link in the description down below. I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.